Hello, so welcome to this first of many Business Studies revision videos, and today we're going to talk about the dynamic nature of business, something that we talked about in class, and really the need for businesses to be constantly evolving and changing what they do so that they don't become stale and obsolete and outdated. There are many things that are sort of adapting and changing over time that require businesses to be dynamic. One of them is changes in technology. Think about how music has been sort of consumed over the years, from vinyl records to sort of cassette tapes to CDs to little mini discs, and now it's all about streaming. A company that was once reliant on manufacturing CDs, for example, probably sees less business today than it ever did before. And if they haven't been dynamic and adapted to that change over time, the company will see sales drop, revenue drop, and eventually they'll go out of business. Technology allows products and services to be made faster. It allows products to be made smaller and more compact. It means that you can make products and services more cheaply. Think about using machines instead of people to make things. It means that you can make products and services easier to use and also make products safer. So technology it's not just changes in technology, like with the example of vinyl records through to streaming music, but also how technology can be used within a business to make the business quicker at what it does. Think about the last course patisserie in the mock exam that you did, the question about whether or not it's worth getting extra staff or getting machines in to do the work of staff. In some cases, companies will be choosing the machine option and they'll be able to increase productivity because of it. The next thing that businesses need to be mindful of is changing consumer needs. Obviously, society is constantly changing, and these changes lead to consumers spending money in different ways. New business opportunities can arise because of new consumer wants and needs. So, changes in fashion. As clothes perhaps become smarter, there's an opportunity there for a dynamic business to take advantage of an opportunity. Changes in the economy, changes in national demographics, changes in lifestyle, maybe how consumers spend their money in their leisure time, and also again changes in technology, and the way that, if you think about smart glasses and the way that they're going to become, we believe, prevalent over the next few years, what opportunities do they present to companies? Could a company like TomTom, famous for sat navs and mapping, go out of business if they're not thinking about and preparing for how what they currently do transfers over to smart glasses, for example? And then the third thing is about products and services becoming obsolete. The introduction of new technology and the changing nature of consumer needs means that products and services can become obsolete really quickly. Think about pen drives. As there's a shift with faster internet speeds, especially upload, better bandwidth. Is it just easier now to store everything on the cloud and not risk losing your pen drive? Probably it is. Does that mean that pen drive manufacturers are going to go out of business? Does it mean the pen drive will become obsolete? Maybe not suddenly, but certainly over time they could. Many products are designed only to last for a short time. Think about, these AirPods. By their very nature, they're not supposed to last for more than maybe 3 to 5 years, at which point you're encouraged to buy a newer one or an improved version of that product. That's an example of planned obsolescence. And companies, particularly mobile phone companies, are famous for planning obsolescence into the devices, so that at a certain point you can't update to the latest software, you can't access therefore the latest features, and it forces you into an upgrade if you want those features. There'll be people out there, for example, with iPhones who can't access Apple Arcade because they don't have an iPhone 6S, which is, I think, the furthest back you can go in the iPhone phones before iOS 13 can't be installed. That's planned obsolescence, and it's a way that Apple ensure that people are upgrading even if it takes them 4 or 5 years to do so. There comes a point where if you want to keep using the services, you have to do. So these three sort of main fields there of changing technology, new technologies and how they might replace old things, and how technology can be used within a business to make a business more productive. Think about car manufacturers. You can be producing cars 24 hours a day with machines, but perhaps not with people. Changes in consumer needs. We talked about how changes in fashion. We talked about smart clothing, changes in the economy. Perhaps the economy changes in such a way that people don't have a lot of disposable income. Is your business something that's only focused on an aspect of things that are luxuries or what people want? Or does your business tap into that sense of what people need as well, so that even in a time of perhaps reduced incomes, they're still coming back to you? Changes in national demographics, and perhaps how the sort of a particular age range of people change as they grow older. Perhaps you've got a lot of sales within a particular demographic, maybe sort of 16 to 21 year olds, and that may work right now, but the next wave of 16 to 21 year olds might be a different kind of demographic to the one that you were used to dealing with before, and therefore what they expect and want might be different as well. That could be particularly true of that music example. At some point, the demographic of 16 to 21 year olds would have been buying CDs. They're not anymore. So how are you changing to match that? Changes in lifestyle, in the way that people spend their free time, and changes in technology. And we've talked about obsolescence and the way that technology can become obsolete if the company isn't developing it and keeping it at the cutting edge of what's possible, or how businesses like Apple might choose to plan obsolescence in so that people are forced to do upgrades from time to time. Okay, that's the dynamic nature of business. See you on the next clip.